What's up, everybody? JD here, coming to you with a little word about our discipleship tables starting back up again. You might have heard that news. Discipleship tables were a really cool part of North City, and we put a pause on them at the summertime, partially because we were trying to figure out what this fall would look like for us. But it's time again to start them back up, and they're going to start up a little bit differently. And I just want to share a little bit about what's going on and what's different about them. If you're not familiar with Discipleship Table and that concept, this came out of a desire for our church to have a space to be real with one another. It's what we call kind of confession reimagined, those safe spaces in our lives where we can be vulnerable with each other. And we think that that vulnerability are the seeds for real transformation and discipleship in our lives. So thus, Discipleship Table. So we work hard to try to create authentic, kind of open environments for you to come with even the hardest stuff that you're walking through and feel like you can walk through that with people and walk through that with people who are going to point you to the leadership of Jesus in your life. So that's Discipleship Table. And we're doing a couple things differently this time around. First thing that's different is that Christian Ann and I will be leading it every week together. What this means is that every Wednesday night, starting December 2nd at 7:45 p.m., we'll start a Zoom call, and whoever's available that Wednesday night, we invite you, if you're going to make this a part of your rhythm, to try to join us every week. We're going to be on a big Zoom call together. That means men and women, same week together in one big Zoom call. And then we'll talk about a little content right off the bat. And then we will break up into smaller men's and women's group to have the actual discussion, what we called confession time, which isn't confess all your sins to one another. It's just being able to speak the truth about the tension that you're experiencing in your life. And that time's actually going to be even a little bit more focused. Instead of just being general, it'll be focused on some of the content and how you're navigating the content. So Christian Ann and I will be leading it together every Wednesday, starting December 2nd at 7:45 p.m. And let me tell you about the content that we're going to go through. This is a little bit different as well. Instead of just having discussion about our lives, we're going to be a little bit more focused. And we wanted to bring something in that added value to your life in this season right now. And one of the things I've had many discussions about with you all this season is making sure that we're paying attention to our mental health. Now, Christian Ann and I are not counselors. We're not psychologists, but we can together navigate some resources that help each of us with our mental well-being. And one of the resources that's been so helpful for Christian Ann and I recently is this book called Boundaries for Your Soul. And this is written by two psychologists who practice family therapy. And this has been really helpful. I love the tagline. It's how to turn your overwhelming thoughts and feelings into your greatest allies. Does anybody else want that? Has anybody else had some overwhelming, strong thoughts and feelings in this pandemic in 2020? And have you ever thought to yourself, man, these seem like enemies to me, these thoughts, these emotions, all this going on in me? Well, they have a really helpful resource that's based in the psychology called internal family systems. And want to unpack that a little bit. And they take a Christ-centered Christian approach, a spirit-led approach to integrating those parts of ourselves in a really healthy way so we can be whole and holy people, that we can be, our mental health can be shaped by our spiritual life. And that's what these conversations are about. We're going to kind of go through bite-sized chunks of content together. It's not a book club. You don't have to buy this book. You can buy it and read along to the sections that we're reading for your own furthered insight. But these are really just thoughts from this book are really just going to be conversation starters for us, or spaces for us to reflect ourselves about how we're doing. They're going to be prompters for confession time, as I said. So if you have any more questions about this, please let me or Pastor Christian Ann know. You can sign up for this. We'll put a link in the description to this email, or you can text our text to act number, our North City number, and just let us know, hey, can I have the sign up for the discipleship table? And we would love for you to join us starting December 2nd, 7:45 p.m. And it's going to be a really good time. So thanks. Hopefully you can join us if you're able.